Recently, Prince William participated in an Apple TV Plus travel show, The Reluctant Traveller. The host, Canadian actor Eugene Levy, was invited by William to visit Windsor Castle, where he also interviewed with him. During the interview, William spoke very candidly about certain experiences during Kate's cancer treatment and firmly stated that, when he ascends the throne in the future, he will definitely carry out reforms within the royal family. The interview took place in a relaxed atmosphere. William arrived to meet Eugene on an electric scooter, explaining that he's always late and hoped this would help him be on time. Eugene joked, "A prince on a scooter, of course you're keeping up with the times." Acting as a tour guide, William showed Eugene around the castle. They chatted while walking the dog and later went to a nearby pub in Windsor for a drink. William admitted, "My history knowledge isn't great. My son George knows history much better than I do." During the interview, they discussed last year, when both Kate and Charles were diagnosed with cancer and had to undergo treatment. William admitted that 2024 was the most difficult year of his life. "You know, worrying about my family put a lot of pressure on me," he said. He explained that because the public closely follows their family life, especially regarding the children, balancing support for Kate during her treatment with protecting the kids became extremely challenging. During Kate's illness, they still tried to provide a sense of security for their children. "We did our best to ensure they had the safety and reassurance they needed. We are a very open family, so we discuss the things that trouble us, but you never know what kind of chain reaction that might create. So, it's important to support each other and reassure the children that everything will be okay. You know, life tests us, and sometimes it can be truly challenging. Overcoming those challenges is what shapes who we are today. I'm proud of my wife and my father and grateful for how well they handled last year. My children also did incredibly well." William said that although his wife and father have now recovered and are in fairly good health, the experiences of the past 18 months made him realize that the rug can be pulled out from under you at any moment. "We've been very fortunate. Our family hasn't really experienced serious illness for a long time, and my grandparents lived into their 90s. But when it actually happens to you, it can put you in a pretty bad place. Fortunately, everything is moving in the right direction, and that's the good news." In the interview, William didn't speak directly about his relationship with Harry, but when discussing their children's upbringing, he did refer to their own childhood. He said that their parents' divorce and the intense media scrutiny cast a shadow over their early years. William emphasized that he wants to learn from the mistakes their parents made and ensure his 3 children don't go through the same. "I just want to do what's best for my children. I know that the pressures and dramatic events we experienced growing up can have a significant impact later in life. I hope we can avoid repeating some of the pitfalls that Harry and I faced during our childhood, and I will do everything I can to make sure we don't go backwards." William and Kate have also set some rules for their children. They don't allow their 3 kids to have their own phones and insist on having family dinners together every night. William revealed that the children all enjoy sports and outdoor activities. Louis loves the trampoline, and Charlotte enjoys it too. Most of the time, they're bouncing around, roughhousing. "It seems there's a bit of an art to it," William said with humor. Charlotte also plays basketball and is learning ballet. "They're trying to learn musical instruments, though I'm not sure how that's going. George likes football and ice hockey." After talking so much about the children, the host asked William what his biggest hobby at home is. William laughed and replied, "Sleeping." When asked what kind of king he wants to be in the future, William stated confidently that he isn't afraid of change and even plans to drive reforms personally. "I can say with certainty that change is already on my agenda. Good changes, I will welcome. There's something I enjoy. I'm not afraid. Being able to bring about some change genuinely excites me. The changes won't be too radical, but I feel they are necessary." William has always been a strong supporter of a streamlined monarchy, hoping the royal family can be more low-key and approachable. His arrival on a scooter for this interview can also be seen as a way of showing that approachable side. In fact, there has long been speculation among the British public that if William were currently on the throne, troublemakers like Harry and Andrew would likely have already been stripped of all titles and privileges. William clearly doesn't want the royal family to be overexposed, especially in a negative light. His approach actually aligns with historical trends. In today's world, the values of freedom and equality are deeply ingrained, and traditional institutions like the monarchy can seem somewhat out of step. William's desire to reduce the monarchy's visibility is, in fact, quite sensible. William said that being true to yourself is his source of motivation. "I take my role and responsibilities seriously, but what's important is that you can't feel like they exist to serve you, you have to serve them." He also spoke about family history. "I think if you're not careful, history can become a burden and a shackle. You might feel suffocated, tightly bound by it. I believe it's important to live in the present." William emphasized the importance of tradition, but he also said he isn't afraid to challenge past practices and will reassess whether traditional methods are still suitable today. "I think if you're overly fixated on tradition, there's no flexibility. You're afraid to move too many flags, so nothing changes, but I like a bit of change. I want to ask more questions. I believe preserving tradition is important, it plays a significant role. But sometimes, when examining tradition, you also have to think, does it still apply today? Is it still the right approach? Are we still doing our best to make the greatest impact? So, I like questioning, that's really what I want to express." Now in middle age, William said he has become quite adept at handling royal duties. "When it comes to work and things like that, I don't really feel overwhelmed, at least not now. When I was younger, yes, some things could overwhelm you. But over time, as you grow older, I think you become steadier in these areas, and you realize that, actually, I can handle this. Even if unexpected situations arise, I'm able to overcome them." In the King's drawing room at Windsor Castle, William also recalled his grandparents, the late Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. William said that when he was at Eton College, which is close to Windsor Castle, he often came over for a cup of tea with the Queen. "The tea she made was the best," he said. William said that he wasn't very close to his grandparents as a child, because their relationship was quite formal back then. It was only as he grew older that they became closer. "I think the time I was closest to my grandparents was definitely when they were in their 80s, by then they had relaxed a bit. My grandfather was very amusing, sometimes unintentionally, by chance, but we often laughed out loud. He had a great sense of humor, and so did my grandmother." Now, William feels deeply that his grandparents are no longer with him. "I really miss my grandparents. Thinking about the fact that they're gone, especially here in Windsor, for me, is her. The Queen's era has ended, and one day in the future, the baton of the monarchy will pass to William. Whether he can bring the renewal he hopes for to the royal family remains to be seen."